Thanks so much, Deborah. I'm woefully, well, I'm still prepared. So I've been writing a lot, but as anybody that has a right brain will know that it's one thing to write and come up with creative things, and it's another to keep them organized. So I did a very poor job today and realized that my printer was kind of busted, so I was rushing to go to Staples and figure out what I could actually print, and realize that technology isn't your friend when you're trying to transfer one file to another, and realize that there's always somebody out there that's trying to create a new word processing program that's cheaper and more flexible and easily workable than Microsoft's Word. That's my lament.
But you're here.
I'm here, and I got some things. Okay, so I've been writing a lot of poems about my mother and my grandfather because they're great characters, and I think characters are probably the best people to write about. This one's about my father, Skycatcher. My father's workroom is a field of wires. On the ceiling, light bulbs flicker in and out of sleep. Through the wood, I hear the sound of fingers tapping like a grove of grasshoppers, his face glowing delicately in the dark. I lounge in Mother's garden of stories, smelling the flowers, gathering pages from my father's books. They are dense with the flood of his imagination. Downstairs, the basement is a lake he's forgotten about. The backyard, an estuary of vine. Here, where the mind forges a delta, a door is all that stands between us. This next one's titled Titus, and Titus is the mother of Gibbs. My father is the greatest swimmer. He swam in the ocean of Grandma's womb for 9 months before opening his eyes to the sun. Nurses ran water over him, a baptism, so he could teach Grandpa how to soul search from more than a bottle. Grandpa held my father, confirmed his DNA inside his heavy hands as Grandma hushed the animal inside of him to sleep. Before the sky fell, she held my father's chest below water. Under its ferocious tide, bathed his body until Achilles drowned. My grandmother's a Newfoundlander, and Newfoundland is kind of like most of the East Coast. They're great. They just love to chat, and they also love to drink and smoke. I think a lot of us do.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. So this poem's about me sort of growing up with a lot of cigarettes. Only when I visited my grandmother. Breathing. When I was little, Grandma had this annoying habit of driving me to her sister's house. The two of them would sit on the couch lighting cigarettes while I played toy cars in the face of a warm fire. Ducking underneath the cloud, inhaling any remaining oxygen in the room, I watched as everything born burned, breathing until the last ember died. After we left, Grandma screeching away with me in her rusty Chevy, making a choke of exhaust echo in the winter fog. I asked what smoking felt like. She smiled, her voice grasping for air. Like breathing, child, like breathing.